Tesla is a company that has revolutionized the electric car industry with its crazy innovations and forward thinking. But ask any long-serving Tesla employee, and they will have a lot to say about the production hell, period. It was a time when an electric car company sought, with the assistance of a robot workforce, to boost its output tenfold, practically overnight. The job was challenging even for a forward-thinking corporation like Tesla. To make matters worse, Elon Musk had effectively staked his personal reputation, as well as the company's, on the completion of a seemingly impossible endeavor, and we all know how that turned out. Tesla survived and progressed to even greater heights, but not with its whole staff. We can now look back on Tesla's manufacturing nightmare with the advantage of hindsight and understand what it means. In 2015, Elon Musk planned to offer an affordable and completely electric car to the public at large. However, he wouldn't consider anything with a range of less than 200 miles, and it had to be inexpensive. Engineers felt they had their job cut out for them when it came to developing an electric automobile under such time constraints, until they found out what the deadline was. Musk intended to market the car by mid-2017, which meant they only had 2.5 years to come up with a design. This is a procedure that takes 5 years at more established auto companies, but a firm that had barely survived its first decade was aiming to complete it in half the time. The automobile would be called Model 3, and would put everyone who worked on it to the test. Musk, on the other hand, constantly coming up with new needs. For example, Musk determined that the Model 3 would feature a single screen to save money. This would also allow the front seats to be relocated closer to the front of the cabin, giving backseat passengers greater legroom. However, this change would need the creation of an interior that did not have the usual dashboard. Musk pushed away against visible vents as well, as designers raced to meet his latest request. Things continued to move along until another issue arose. Tesla asked a refundable payment of $1,000 to secure a reservation when the Model 3 was officially announced in March of 2016. In the weeks preceding up to the presentation, workers speculated on how many reservations the Model 3 might garner. The majority of employees anticipated 50,000, but it was very hard to tell. When Musk arrived to a Tesla store in Century City, reservations began. He realized his team had made a mistake. More than 2,000 individuals flocked to that one site to reserve a Model 3, which would not be produced for at least another year. Musk promptly dialed numbers and discovered that the situation was the same in other locations. The Model 3 had 180,000 bookings in less than 24 hours. The figure had risen to 325,000 by the end of the week. Tesla had a backlog of bookings. Keep in mind that in its entire existence, this was a firm that had never sold more than 150,000 automobiles. Companies wish they had this nightmare. Everyone got right to work. They already had a manufacturing plan in place, and there was no time to spend putting it into action in order to fulfill the extraordinary demand. Starting in October of 2017, the Model 3 would be assembled in the Fremont plant. The first phase would see them produce a small number of vehicles, then scale up as they iron out any minor difficulties with the production process, until they reach Musk's goal of 5,000 cars per week. Musk remained silent until the summer of 2016, when a dream led him to convene a conference. The dream has the potential to transform Tesla's life forever, yet Musk's engineers hope he would quit sleeping so he wouldn't have any more vision. The first surprise was that he intended to push production back 4 months, resulting in a July 2017 start date. As his audience processed the shock and sought to come up with future excuses for inevitable absences from their wives, Musk said that he had been dreaming about the Fremont plant, which was full of robots working at breakneck speed. Everything was totally automated as they passed parts around among themselves to manufacture Model 3 electric vehicles. This monster will be an unstoppable alien dreadnought, as Musk characterized it. Musk's vision called for a rethink of the manufacturing plans, which workers already thought was a thing of the future. However, altering everything would be costly both financially and in terms of time. Tesla had a scarcity of two goods. But Musk would not be persuaded otherwise. He was dead set on his robotic factory of the future, insisting that an automated factory would be a competitive advantage for Tesla in the future. As engineers began to resign in protest of what they saw as an impossible task, Musk remained unconcerned, even firing or reassigning employees who tried to push back. Things got heated as Tesla continued to lose personnel and money, while constructing Musk's ideal factory. The firm squandered as much as $100 million every week. Fast forward to the summer of 2017, more than a year after the Model 3's pre-orders began, and volume manufacturing has yet to begin. Engineers were still trying to make Musk's robots accomplish simple tasks like recognize various colored wires and correctly retrieve items from the plethora of conveyor belts that ran around them. Customers who had pre-ordered were beginning to back out, but Musk persisted and held a handover celebration, giving away the first 30 Model 3 vehicles to primarily staff. Because Musk's robots refused to operate, the batch had to be assembled by hand. Despite this, Musk has been tweeting that the factory will be manufacturing 20,000 vehicles per month by the end of the year. At the occasion, a distracted-looking Musk famously declared that Tesla was in for a manufacturing hell. "We're going to go through 6 months of manufacturing hell. It'll be fantastic, but it'll be a challenge to produce this car. Floods, fires, tornadoes, ship delays. Everything that disrupts one of our supply chains will cause the production ramp to be disrupted." During that time, a lot was going on in his personal life. He had just broken up with his celebrity girlfriend. Things did turn out to be as bad as Musk had predicted. There was the trouble of getting the factory up and running, and there was the trouble of working with Musk himself, who was becoming increasingly frustrated as a result of the stress. Perhaps as a coping mechanism, he began to act strangely, and pausing important meetings. Musk doesn't always show up, or cancels at the last minute. He would also openly ridicule and criticize anyone he believed had not done well. Tesla had managed to get sections of the assembly line running with a Model 3 by the fall of 2017, and manufacturing began to take form. But not as quickly as Musk's milestone releases suggested. During that quarter, just 222 Model 3 vehicles were produced, with $1.5 billion invested in Musk's dreadnought. To be fair, Musk was committed to his work and worked many nights on the manufacturing floor.
I sleep on the couch over there.
So you're just laying here on the couch?
Yeah. Last time I was here, I actually slept literally on the floor because the couch was too narrow.
More senior executives departed in February 2018, but Musk took over their positions as they went, even though he was running other businesses at the same time. People who could challenge him have mostly departed. As a result, he was running the show by himself. At this time, it was apparent that Tesla had over-automated, and the result wasn't functioning. Even Musk himself admitted that his over-automation was a mistake that was harming him. However, his unpredictable behavior persisted, including a flood of tweets and online insults, as well as at news appearances. The period was then detailed by an unidentified Tesla executive. "For a long time, when Elon said or did anything strange, I would stand up in front of my team and explain why you shouldn't be concerned, but finally, I couldn't apologize anymore." Around 20 Model 3 pre-orders had been cancelled at this point. As Tesla rushed to speed up production, Musk finally had a tent constructed in the parking lot for a new assembly line. Tesla had to reverse course when the much-touted automation proved to be a letdown. Humans were once again welcome at Tesla. On July 1st, the company achieved its goal of 5,000 units each week for the first time. More than 2 years after the Model 3's debut, it took millions of dollars and a slew of elite talent to pull off. Tesla managed to survive the manufacturing nightmare, much to the surprise of even his co-workers. One of the engineers stated, "For me, the true success is that we were able to develop at scale in the midst of all that insanity. Consider this. We developed a car that is so basic and elegant that you can construct it in a tent, you can build it while your CEO is having a nervous breakdown, you can build it when everyone is resigning and getting fired." Tesla has now found its stride with the Model 3, which has gone on to become the best-selling electric car of all time, and the company has grown to become the largest manufacturer by market value, overtaking Toyota, Ford, and even Volkswagen. Tesla's production hell, on the other hand, will go down in history as the greatest comebacks in automotive history. Who's eager to see Elon Musk start manufacturing the Tesla Roadster and Cybertruck? Let us know your thoughts on the topic in the comments section below. A quick reminder to subscribe to our channel. There's a link down below for more Tesla news and conjecture. If you want to learn more about Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon Musk, we have 2 more video alternatives for you to watch on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more weekly news like this.